Hello, this is Kim. I want to welcome you to this space, to the Terra Nova Lyceum, if you haven't been here before. I am going to make this video public, so that is why I'm like, hello. For those of you that have been here before, I want to thank my friend Catherine, who has provided one of our candles today. It is lavender from a lavender farm in Maryland. So I must thank her, and it is an amazing smell, even when it is not lit. And then, of course, right now I have Saint Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who, yeah, wish was here with us right now in the U.S. For multiple reasons, actually, not just one. I'm going to be using the Wildwood Tarot. Yes, I'm going to have us take a moment. I'm going to ring my singing bowl. If you have any anxiety, this is the time to really allow it to bubble up and then let it clear. You're going to hear a loud ring, or at least a ring, depending on if you have your earbuds on. So just be prepared. Okay. And now we'll begin. I have some fun stuff. I usually do several decks. Instead, I have I guess a little kitschy, I guess you'd say, things to do. Now these are pre-sorted, and as I said, it's the Wildwood Tarot. It's always good messages. Sometimes it's hard for me to find stuff in the book. So I will warn you now that this is not this is shuffled, it's not pre-done. So I'm going with what is going to be with us. Now this is specifically for the 28th, 29th, and 30th. And I always say for that Sunday, the 31st, it sort of is a mixture. I also want to make note that it is going to be llamas, and I'm sure somebody has a different pronunciation. And there is several other ones that I don't have any idea how to pronounce. Sorry, guys, my tongue doesn't do that. It just doesn't work. So happy llamas. That is August 1st. You'll be seeing posts on TNL and on Facebook about it. All right, let's get these cards. Okay. All right. And on the bottom of the deck is King of Arrows, which is like King of Swords. So mighty power, we will say. Okay. So that begins our reading. Our first one, and these are always sort of a mingle for me, where you'll find that one may not come before the other. Might come at once, and it comes differently for everyone, but everyone seems to experience the energies that these represent. So I have the green man, which came first, upright. I have the King of Bows, which is an adder. So if you don't like snakes, hold on a second, pause. It is reverse, okay? Now, I had a snake phobia, so I mean, I represent, I understood. 18, the moon on the water, okay? So just be prepared. You might hear a little bit of parcel tongue, right? All right, so the green man, I always associate with spring and summer, which is perfect for this time of year, right? I plan on going to the sunflower fields again. I already went once. It's just the perfect summer thing. So just think about what would be the perfect summer thing for you to do. And don't wait for someone to go with you. Just go by yourself. That's what I had to do. I had a marvelous time last year and this year. All right, so this gives the position of the wheel. And this is the wheel of the year. So when I say turning the wheel, that is what I mean. That's one of my beliefs. If you don't believe that sort of thing, just think of it as the timing, all right? It is the time of year. Okay. So the green man stands with the green woman at the midsummer solstice. All right. This is the time of the greatest warmth and the sun at the highest point of the sky. Fire is the element associated with this time. So the description, I'll give a few sentences. The face of the green man gazes from this card. and with a challenge and a blazing stare. Golden summer sunlight radiates from leaves that burst abundantly across his glowing face and reach across the heart of the sacred land. In front of him is a cauldron, thriving of the vital energy of creation and stability. It represents the throne of kingships, currently empty, and the green man guards it with the spear of power and the horn of plenty, ready for the king who will take his place and stand as defender of the land. And this does not have to be masculine. Just remember that. This can be feminine. And this can also be like each of us have a masculine and feminine energy, which I find issue with. So yin and yang is what Dalva has given us, my co-host. And I think that is probably more of my belief, is that there are just two energies within us that are polar and that mingle together, and we need to balance. The green man is a symbol of the flourishing heart of the male aspect of nature, one of the most ancient images of the connection between mankind and nature. His face is looked from the stones of temples and churches for centuries. And this includes Christian cathedrals, and it even has like Robin Hood and that sort of like folklore within it. The cauldron, is usually associated with like female witches. So I think it's interesting that it is here, and it is a masculine sort of brewing. And this can be a masculine that comes into your life that is, this green man. It may be in your life, or it could be you and your energies. So just take as you will. I mean, this is like a huge group of collective that I am, channeling for. So just think about it. Take what you resonates with you. So like what they call the reading points in this one is that it should be a generous bestowal of creative and fertile energy, and he'll move you to a new level of confident and assertive dynamicism. This is a time for both giving and receiving of natural flow of life, both inwardly and outwardly. Be prepared to find a new and thriving drive to begin projects, relationships, and even new ways of living your life and fulfilling your world. Now is the time to experience being at the apex of the cycle of life. Enjoy it. All right. I also need to mention that the new moon is on the 29th, and that is a time to set intentions. So if you have this gentleman at your side, this energy at your side, go forth, make those wishes, and then see them through. All right. So it's like the patriarch of nature, they're saying, in the heart of the Pendragon. Really, it's creativity, energy, abundance. Go out and get your dreams. And if a gentleman does represent this, he's going to help you. All right. Next is the King of Otter. Okay. All right. I saw it in the screen. Close your eyes. All right. It is reversed. They don't really do uprights and inversions in this version, but I do want to like let you know that it is that, so you can sort of have a bit of an idea, I guess I would say, just so you can know that there is a shadow side and that you might have to work a little harder at it. So I mean, like, that's nothing wrong with it. Inversions are never bad, but I'm just letting you know. Okay. And this one really doesn't say it. So the position of the wheel, the adder, I'm not going to keep putting it up, just so you know. So if you have been looking away, you can look back. The position of the wheel is moving away from Beltane, which of course in the northern hemisphere we are. At this time of year, the adder represents serpentine earth energies rising from the ground into the air, intertwining as the male adders struggle for dominance. Sometimes this is mistaken for a mating ritual, it says. They also represent magical power, balance, and healing arts. So the reading points, they say, are maturity, strength, resolve, energy, and wisdom. So you're going to need that. I was about to pick it up. Excuse me. You're going to need the adder when it comes to, the green man, right? It's a pair, right? Or at least so far. Maybe it's a trio, but like it keeps going, and it's an energy that is helpful and resonant. And you need to have that resolve and maturity to see your dreams through. When you try to manifest, it is not just a wish. You have to keep going. It's not like you just sit there and like, hey, I mean, there is action involved. If there is a person in your life that this represents, it is an honorable and magnanimous person who stands out from the crowd and takes command, a friend who takes charge when no clear leader is present, an attractive partner full of charisma, someone who needs to brand everything with their mark. Now, that could be the shadow part. Remember, either you have to feel like you brand your mark or they do. And this energy, I would say, with it inverted, is don't go too far. I am guilty of this, of, I want to stamp my finger on it. I've done this. And sometimes it is somebody else's creation. And even though we're helping, we have to let them create. An aspect of the process, distinctive and creative stamp on things. There's also a shirking away from position or leadership. So make sure that you step up, but step up to the right cause. Okay, I don't want you to be like, I have to step up and be used. And no. This is not like a be used card. This is a take your power and do what you need to do and what you feel drawn to. And it's an event that's happening that says there's a seeking of an opportunity or a reachable goal. And that's exactly what we're talking about when we're talking about manifestation. So their questions are, when do you need to take charge? That's a good question. Where is your enthusiasm leading you? What helps you bolster your self-esteem? Maybe you need to make a list of everything that you've done this year. That's what I do. I mean, every time I feel like really and count everything. Like, I did the damn dishes. Yeah. I walk the dog. I don't have a dog, I have a cat, but Sam Dale. I juiced the cat, I gave him his fluids, that sort of thing. Just check it off. Everything we hold within our chest, let it out. I did this, I did this, I did this. And do that instead of saying, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do this. Oh, I still have that to do. Oh, my to-do list is just so long. It can be long. I have a long to-do list too. I will do it, but we have to sometimes sit back and go to the sunflowers, right? Okay, this one I'm allowed to put up. All right, it's 18, the moon on water. I mean, it looks and sounds beautiful, doesn't it? The position of the wheel, the moon on water, is placed in the womb of the wheel, the midwinter solstice on the 21st of December in the dark sun, which is a reminder that it's coming. Get out your happy lights, peeps. Its element is earth, and it is the gateway of the soul. It is a mystic still point where ideas and desires change from pure thought into objective reality. Okay, this is like a complete 3-set card deal. I'm gonna cover the snaky. All right, these 3 cards, they all work together. They're all saying the same thing pretty much. They're giving a timeline. And so there is a definite timeline. Start now. By the end in December, manifestations should be coming. You should be reaping. Okay. So I mean, it's amazing that there is a timeline. It's not just these 3 days. It doesn't seem like. I think that this is much broader than that. Although you can read it, of course, the next few days. I'm gonna blah 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 blah. Yes, I mean, if you have a stopped up sink, you clean it, you celebrate it. I mean, small victories, right, are worthwhile with these cards as well. But it is giving you a broader scheme for your larger plans. The description, which I'll bring this back up. This is a full moon rising above primal swampland, illuminates a dark winter sky. The fallow landscape is dotted with the hardy marsh reeds that survive and thrive in the peat-enriched water. A primal egg lies submerged in the nutrient-rich swamp, full of potential energy and creative power. The bare trees reach up on the circle. A lone ocris, sorry, I'm sure it's a bird, moves across the mysterious landscape. The moon is the nearest companion to us, to the solar system, and it physically affects the tides and cycles of life on Earth. But its power goes far beyond that. This mysterious light that illuminates the darkness of the utter void. Now, this is part of the, a creation myth, and a cosmic egg is what I learned from Dalva, who does mythology, if you don't know, and folklore on our site, as well as astrology. So the mysterious light illuminates the darkness of the void. is therefore a symbol of the unconscious and unrealized insights into, into human reality. So this is the manifestation, the gestation of our dreams and hopes, and it is giving us like a timeline, right? So when does it give birth? When do we reap our rewards? I mean, like there's so many different words that you can use. Um, so there's no visible pathway for the traveler, and yet it illuminates the whole landscape, the moon does. And we stand on the edge of the watery marsh. And pretty much what we do is we make our wish, just like with the other cards, send it out to the universe. And I believe we just cracked that egg. All right. So it heralds a random situation based on emotion and spiritual sphere. So this doesn't have to necessarily be, I guess I should say, it doesn't have to be a physical reality. It doesn't have to be publication. It doesn't have to be, a raise. It doesn't have to be a new job. It doesn't have to be a physical birth. It can be like a birth within ourselves. It can be a rebirth within ourselves. It can be new energy, bringing forth, new activity, new exercise, something new to us. Mine's probably less creative and more archaeology, where I like strive to like, dig some and learn some bones, right? I mean, so there's also learning that's also included, and you have to do the work around it to be successful, right? So there is that. Okay. And now like that's like the reading that is like less kitschy. Now I always use magnets. I love magnets. I haven't used them in a while. I've put them away. I'm going to pull out some words for us, okay? And these are just a few words. I'm not going to say much about them. You have ducklings. Ducklings. Okay. That on my magnet board. Fecundity. I think I probably spelled that. I probably pronounced it. I wouldn't be able to spell that right, right? Slanky. And this is like some summer words that are like interesting, right? I don't think you can see these at all when I put them up, so I'm sorry. Dirty. So that is totally me. Totally me. I'm going to stop trying to put them up because you're not going to be able to see them. I've got menthol, barn owl, azure, May apple. We'll get one more, and kayak. Okay, so those are just like some fun words. If any of those resonate, just think about them. Maybe there's something you can go do. I like feeding the ducks. I admit it. Where I go kayaking, which is funny. All these are my magnets. I created them. But I wasn't allowed to. There's big signs that say don't feed the ducks. And there's one duck that's huge, and it's like he has a home. He's a pet. Don't feed him. And last time, totally fed him. This time, I was like, what's the fun in this? Fortune cookies. That's right. I said we're gonna have some fun. I have two here. Okay, these are for us. Okay, you, me, all of us. All right, guys. This coming Friday will be an exciting time for you. Good to know. I'm going to read the numbers just in case, somebody play. 9, 34, 38, 44, 46, 49. Okay. And my second one that will finish off the reading. Because I mean, like, it's silly, I know. I hope you hear that crackling, that crunching. All right. The next one, final one, is something wonderful is about to happen to you. Oh, that is like the perfect one to leave us with. And I'll read it again after. And you'll have to tell me what happens if you have something happen to you. 15, 24, 31, 32, 36, 39. And I'll read it again. Something wonderful is about to happen to you. I wish you well. I'm going to eat my cookies. Be joyous. Happy Llamas. Farewell.